Just thank God for the spirit that I feel in this place.
Lord,
I woke up this morning and went to prayer after I got ready and everything this morning. No, I felt a good spirit from the time I woke up. And when I went to prayer, I just began to pray and ask God to move in the service this morning. And I feel like the Lord's answered my prayer. I feel like He's moved among the people this morning, and He's touched people's hearts.
yes,
Because God knows when we need something. God knows that we all fight battles. And we all go through trials and we all go through tribulations.
we sure do.
But a lot of times it's what we choose to do in those trials and tribulations that defines us. How we react in those trials and tribulations, Brother Craig, is what defines us and what makes us who we are. If we got down in every battle that came at us, Brother Richard, we'd be most miserable. That's what the Bible said. If the only hope we had in this world, we'd be most miserable. Because the battles that we fight and the things that we fight in this world, we cannot let define us as a human being. We cannot let it define the spirit that we carry. Because our job as Christians is to be joyful. Our job as Christians is to shine a light to people out there that's lost. And if we're not shining that light and we're not being joyful all the time, I understand we go through things and sometimes we feel like we can't go no further, Brother Craig, but we got to find somewhere within us that we can stand and we can press forward, even when we're in front of people that we know is lost for sure, and show them that there's a light and there's a way better than the path that they're walking on. I had two different scriptures this morning. They're probably going to tie together. I was going to start with the other one, but I feel like I need to start with this other scripture that I had. I just was seeking the Lord this morning, and I asked Him which way He would have me to go. If you want to turn over your Bibles to Isaiah chapter 54.
Come on.
Give you a little bit of time to get over there.
Come on.
I just love the Lord this morning. I just thank Him for everything that He's ever brought me through.
Come on.
God knows it gets hard sometimes.
Come on.
It gets hard to stand when you're in the fire.
Yes.
But you know what?
Yeah, come on.
When we're in the fire, that's where we learn.
Yes.
And so many times we pray, God, get us out of this fire. But what we should be praying is, God, help me to learn what you would have me to learn while I'm in this fire. Help me to walk stronger when I come out of this thing. Don't help me to whine and complain because I'm going through something, but help me to stand tall and stand firm through this battle. Stand tall and stand firm through this trial. Be a light to somebody, man. That just keeps coming back to me. Be a light to somebody, Brother Richard. We go through a lot of things. We do. We go through a lot of things.
Right.
We got to stand. We got to stand. Isaiah 54 verse 11 says, O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay the foundations with sapphires. And I will make thy windows of agates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children. In righteousness shalt thou be established, thou shalt be far from oppression. For thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. How many knows he has?
Right.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. But here's what I want you to see. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. And as I got up this morning, I had that scripture on my heart. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. that other scripture marked. That was the other scripture I had marked. Job chapter 2. If you want to turn over there. I'm just going to start from verse 1. I don't want to add or subtract of anything that God wants to say this morning, so I'm just going to start from verse 1. It says, again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro on the earth, from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. You asked yourself that question this morning. Put your name right there. Hast thou considered my servant? And put your name there.
Oh, Jesus.
Think about that for a minute. I'm going to keep reading, but I just want you to think about that for a minute. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore bulls from the sole of his feet unto his crown. Now, could you imagine that? How much pain and agony he probably felt at that very moment. I'm sure it was pretty bad. I don't think none of us has ever went through anything like that, have we?
Come on.
And it says in verse 8, And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. This is what I want you to see. Then said his wife unto him, Doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die. And I began to think about that this morning. I know a lot of people's preached this. Job's wife, and I believe this with everything that's within me, that Job's wife felt the same pain that Job did. Because she lost them 10 children just like he did. She went through all the birth pains. She went through all the battles and the trials. Everything she had to fight with those kids, she had to go through every bit of it just like Job did. And even more so, probably sometimes, there's just a relationship with a mama and their child that a daddy don't have. I'm just going to say that this morning. You can disagree with me if you want to, but it's the truth. There's that bond between a mama and their child. So she felt that pain.
Yeah, come on.
She made that statement. She said, Curse God and die. Do thou still maintain thine integrity? I got a question to ask you this morning. Through every battle that you fought this week, for the past month, for the past year, have you maintained your integrity with God? Have you remained steadfast with God? Have you stayed walking on that path that you've walked on with God because of things that you've went through? Or every time that we go through a trial, do we let that question surface our mind? Curse God and die. Do we let that thing come to our mind? We should just give up and quit. We should just curse God and die and move on and start serving the devil again. How many of us have ever thought about that before? Because I know I have. I thought I was better off in the world. I was better off serving Satan. I didn't have to go through near the stuff I had to go through whenever I was out in the world, Sister Linda. But you know what? Whenever I give my heart to the Lord, He didn't tell us that this walk wouldn't come with a trial. He didn't tell us that this walk wouldn't come with a tribulation. He told His disciples over there, and He said, Be of good cheer, for I've overcome the world, and so can you. And we've got overcoming power within us in the Holy Ghost. We've got something within us that helps us overcome the trials, that overcomes the tribulations, and that's the Holy Ghost and fire. He helps us walk. He helps us talk right. He helps us spit right. He helps us just do relationship anymore.
Right.
And I begin to think about that this morning.
Uh-huh.
How many times whenever you get to going through something, does the flesh and the devil kind of come trying to tell you, curse God and die. Oh, somebody hear me this morning. Curse God and die, Sister Deborah.
Come on.
Curse God and die, Sister Linda. Curse God and die, Brother Richard. That's what the devil like us to do. But the Bible said, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He make me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Oh, hallelujah this morning. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. I look unto the hills from which cometh my help, for my help cometh from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I come to tell you this morning, we still serve the King of Kings. We still serve the Lord of Lords, and He's still our shepherd. He's still the one that walks with us. He's still the one that leads us by the still waters. Amen.
Come on.
It's the truth. He ain't never going to leave us. I made that statement last night.
Thank you. Oh, God.
God ain't failed me yet. And He ain't going to start today. God ain't failed me yet. Brother Craig, and He ain't going to start tomorrow when I wake up. God ain't failed me yet, and He didn't fail me 5 months ago, so why is He going to fail me now? He's brought me through every battle that I've ever been through, Sister Beverly. You know, I went through a lot of things since I started walking with the Lord. I ain't going to lie to you. A lot of things I don't talk about because I just don't do that. I'm not that type of person that goes and farts their problems off to the whole world. Not that type of person. Sometimes I need to talk to somebody, yes. It's the truth. But a lot of times, we go posting stuff all over Facebook about what we're going through. We go telling everybody and their brother what we're going through instead of being lifted up and shining that light to the Lord. You know, if you got something you're fighting, this one right here will listen to you. If you got something that you're going through, that's one of the people that you can go to and talk to them about it. If you're fighting stuff, sometimes your wife is a good person to have a conversation with because they can say something that would uplift you. Just because you're down and out don't mean they are. Amen. We don't give our wife enough credit sometimes, man.
Come on.
Boy, that's a rebuke, ain't it? This guy down there.
Come on.
We don't give our wives enough credit sometimes.
We've had that before.
We want to act like this big tough macho man.
Come on now.
We don't have to worry about talking to them because we know everything. We just got that mentality sometimes.
Come on.
But I'm here to tell you sometimes it's good to talk to your wife.
All right.
They say a lot of things that make a whole lot more sense than what we say sometimes.
Come on.
Bring it on, brother.
Am I telling the truth this morning or am I telling a lie? Let me ask you something. How many times do we get in the battle and start talking crazy and your wife rebuke you?
About 50% of the time.
Oh, man.
So what I'm preaching to you right now is not a lie. It's humorous, but it's not a lie. But a good wife's not going to tell you to curse God and die.
Come on.
Oh, hello. She's not going to tell you that. She's going to tell you something that's going to encourage you. She's going to tell you there's something that's going to lift you up. Because a lot of times, listen to me now, a lot of times, whether we feel like they're going through something or not, a lot of times they are because you're going through something.
One flesh, brother.
Because you're one flesh. And because you're one flesh, they feel the same pain that you feel. They fight the same battles that you feel. They feel the same pains and trials and tribulations that you Amen.
Good
It's the
preach.
truth.
Good preach.
Yeah, let it work.
It might hurt, but it's the truth.
Good preaching, brother.
2 is stronger than 1.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
30 is stronger than 2.
Right.
I'm going to tell you now. The house divided won't stand.
Amen.
Come on.
Right, come on.
Preach that.
Come on.
The man that built this house upon a sand won't stand.
Right, come on, man.
But a man that built this house upon a solid rock, that's the house that's going to stand. Whatever you're feeding your spirit, that's what you're going to resemble in your spirit. Whatever you're feeding this flesh, that's what's going to come out of this flesh. If you're feeding the flesh more than you're feeding the spirit, that's what you're going to get is fleshly thoughts. But you got to feed the Spirit of God. You got to feed that spirit's within you. You got to let the younger override the elder today. Tell the truth, whether you see it or not. Is anything I'm saying making sense?
Yes, sir.
You gotta let the younger override the elder. Somebody asked what I'm talking about. Well, when we was born into this thing, we was born into sin.
Right.
That's the sin nature of the flesh. That's what we are. Because we was born into this thing. But you know what? When God came into our lives and we got born again, we had to let the Spirit of God take over and put that old sin man down. And that's what I'm talking about right there by letting the younger override the elder.
Right.
That's what I mean. Got to let the Spirit of God control our walk.
Right.
Because if we don't, then we've already failed.
Right.
We try to do things our way sometimes. We think that our way is the right way. God, I think you've lost your mind. I'm just going to do it this way. Oh, hello. Am I getting somebody's attention this morning? Sometimes we feel like the fleshly ways of thinking are good. This plan we've got in our mind and we've scouted this thing out for 3 days, it's going to work. How many's ever done that? You thought about this for 3 days and then you think, oh, well, this is a good idea. And then you do it and you fall flat on your face. How many's been there? I've been there. But you know, if we'd have took just a small step back, I said, all right, God, you do it. I've tried 3 times and it ain't worked my way. But why does it take us 3 times? Why does it take us 3 times? Before we step back and say, God, you have your way. Where you at, Henry? There we go. That's why. Because of the flesh. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't always want to get up out of bed in the morning. I always want to wake up. Thank God I do. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying right now. I thank God every day that I wake up. Let me tell you something. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday last week, I didn't want to get up because I knew what it was going to be when I got up. It was 19 degrees outside. It's cold.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to want to hug the bed
Yeah.
whenever you know it's that cold outside. Guess what we do? Every morning, we get up and we walk on. We go on throughout our days. And I just thank God that He gives us the strength to do that. I thank God He gives us strength to do that.
Thank you, Lord.
He helps us. He walks with us. He talks with us if we'll let Him. But a lot of times, we don't listen. If we could stop and just listen sometimes, instead of trying to be in control of the situations and everything. You know, if we treated every situation the same and said, God, here, you take this situation and you do what you want to, but you know, we wouldn't have near as many worries.
Jesus.
But we don't trust God at His word a lot of times. We don't. When He said no weapon formed against thee shall prosper, that's what He meant. And that tells me that anything comes your way, God's in the midst. He's got you in the palm of His hand. But we try to take it under our own control sometimes. We do.
Thank you.
We gotta learn that. And it's in God's hands.
That's it.
And His ways are higher than our ways.
Amen.
His thoughts are higher than our thoughts.
Amen.
That's what the Word of God says.
That's right.
But we gotta get flesh out of the way. So He can have control.
That's right.
We do.
Yes, God.
You know what? I got things, me and Sister Carrie got things right now that we need God to move on. I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't think because I don't talk about what I'm fighting that I don't go through stuff.
Come on.
And I mean that this morning.
Come on, Anthony.
That's the truth.
Bless you.
Don't think because she doesn't flaunt what she fights off to the world, we don't go through stuff.
Come on, Anthony.
It's the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
But I don't let the devil win.
Come on.
I don't let what I'm going through control my spirit
There you go.
because God's in control. And
Amen.
I know He's got it.
Amen.
I know He's got it in His hands. I know He's got it in control. And He's going to move on the situation.
Amen.
I know He does. But we got stuff we need God to move on.
Amen.
And God's going to do it. I ain't got no doubt in my mind that He's going to do it.
Amen.
Because I've said it before, He ain't started failing me today. He ain't going to fail me.
Right.
You have one person that ain't never going to fail you. He's the one.
Amen. Amen.
Family will fail you.
Right.
People that are closest to you, Sister Sarah, will fail you.
That's right.
Yep.
People you thought would always be there will fail you.
Come on.
I just feel a reference in here. That people's catching on to what's being said this morning. Shouting, hooping, hollering is good, but it don't always have to be that way. But the Bible said, I do a friend. Stick me closer than a brother. When family fails, you know God's still there. Whenever friends turn their back on you, know that God's still there. And He's right there with you the whole way. I love you this morning. And it's been a little different. But God had His way. God had His way.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what matters. I don't get up here to preach for you to say Anthony Hamrick. Because I'm just a vessel. I'm just the messenger of God. That's all. He sends me, I pour it out. That's all I do. But it ain't me. I pray every time I get up here, God has His way. God will pour out what He would have me to say. And I would speak what He would have me to say, because if I speak in my flesh, then I'm liable to hurt people. Power of life and death in the tongue. And we have to control that little muscle. It's hard to do sometimes, but we have to do it. But I love the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Just remember God's got it. Not everybody's the same. We all fight different things. No battle, really, if you look at the whole big picture, no battle that you fight is bigger than what somebody else is fighting, because it's all the same battles. We all fight different things. But to me, my battle might be just as grueling on me as your battle is on you. Nobody's problems is bigger than anybody else's, really. It's all the same in God's eyes.
That's right.
And it's all movable in God's eyes.
Amen.
So don't lose your faith. Nothing's impossible with Him.
Oh, Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
I love the Lord this morning. I feel like I delivered what the Lord would have me to speak this
Praise the
morning.
Lord.
I love y'all. Y'all keep us in prayer.
Praise the Lord.
No, I don't. I've said that. I don't talk about what I'm going through, but keep us in prayer. Because we need God to move on some things. We need some situations to move.
Thank God.
Some
Thank
things that
God,
we're facing, we
thank
need
God.
it moved. Amen. How many's going to pray for one another?
Amen. Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
How many's going to come in here tonight with your head held high?
Amen.
Amen. The spirit we felt in here this morning, there ain't no reason why we can't. Because God sent something to lift weights off people this morning.
Amen.
He did. I just love the Lord. Anybody need prayer? We'll pray. And I'll turn it back over to the pastor. We love y'all. God bless. Give the Lord a hand clap of praise.